first thing I want to ask is, every team has a different personality. What do you think this team's personality is going to be like?
Well, I think they're hungry, number one. I think they're very hungry to get back to the NCAA tournament. And we recruited a lot of these guys coming off 3 straight trips to the dance, and we haven't been there yet. There's only one guy that's been a part of the NCAA tournament team, that's Kyron Stokes, and he was a redshirt freshman. So I think guys like Dominic Morrison and Warren Niles, Michael Cran, these guys were recruited to get us back there, and I think they're hungry to do that.
You know, let's talk about how they're going to be on the floor, because, again, they're always a little bit different. You lose guys, you bring guys, you know, maybe they're a little quieter, maybe they're a little more outgoing. What's this group going to be like?
Well, we're a very athletic team, and I think we have great leadership. Dominic Morrison has showed since he stepped on campus 2 years ago that he's a great leader. Even as a freshman, a part of a pretty good team, he wasn't afraid to stand up and tell other guys what he thought, and that's unusual for a freshman to do that. And you know, there's no question this is his team now, and so I feel great about our leadership. I feel great about our athleticism, our depth, our experience. So I think we have the makings of a very good basketball team. We just need to continue to work. I think this group will do that. They've worked extremely hard in the first 10 days of practice.
Is that one of the things that makes it so much fun, Scott? And one of the things that keeps you coming back is every time the balls roll out for the first time, it's like you're being born again. You got a new group of guys, and you get to start all over.
You know, that's a great thing about coaching is every year there is a new group, new guys coming in, and this year we have a couple outstanding freshmen and a junior college players. All 3 have a chance to be a part of a rotation. Yeah, that's. I guess it keeps you younger, because as we get older, you still bring in 18, 19-year-old kids, and it's certainly a lot of fun to watch them grow and mature and become better basketball players.
One of the things you talked about when they talked about your brother coming on to help was how your staff has been together for a long time. Talk about the dynamics of that, because it's very unusual nowadays. Everybody's trying to move up. Everybody wants the next job. And not saying that you and your guys don't want that some too, but you've really been able to keep it solid. How do you do it?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons. This is a great university, great people to work for. Mike Carter he's been here longer than I have, and he makes it. He's made it hard for these guys to look at other places. He's done a great job of giving them raises throughout the 12 years I've been here, and I think our guys, we really have a great chemistry among our staff. That I give them a lot of freedom to work, to voice their opinions, and I think they like that. So it is very unique. Tom and Colin and I have been a part of the staff for all 12 years, and Steve Upshaw's been here 9 years, and Chris Crutchfield replaced Porter Williams 3 years ago. So it is unique, but I think it's been a big part of why we've had so much success.
You said 12 years. Do you ever look around and go, my goodness, it's been 12 years?
I was thinking earlier, I couldn't remember if I've been here 12 years or 13, but this is our 12th year. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. Everybody, especially when you're young, talks about how time flies. You better enjoy the moment, and that is so true.
Talk about the league itself. What do you see from the league this year? Who do you think will be improved? Who do you look for?
Well, I think the favorite still is Oakland. And they had an outstanding year last year, winning 26 games and winning 17 out of 18 conference games. And they have probably the most dominant player in the league, and Keith Benson, a lot like Jerome Jordan from Tulsa, and they're very similar type players. And you don't see those type of players in our league very often. But I think they're the favorites. I think South Dakota State continues to get better. They've gotten better every year. Fort Wayne's continues to get better every year. And then you always know that IUPUI is going to be a strong team.
You say you like this team's athleticism. So when you watch practice early on, has that been the best thing to watch? How do you guys shoot it? Is this going to be a team that gets up and down a little bit?
I think, we're a versatile team. We could go big if we need to. We could play small and put 5 very good athletes on the floor. So I think we have some options. But when you throw guys like Mike Crayons, Stephen Roundtree, our freshman, Rod Pearson, the point guard, and Dominic and Warren, you have 5 guys that can really get up and down the floor. And I think you'll see us play probably a little bit different in the past at times. With that athleticism, we want to get up and down. We'll probably press a little bit more than we have in the past, and play to our strength, which is our athleticism and our depth.
You mentioned, of course, the fact that you've got a great staff. They've been together a long time. And we got to talk a little bit about your brother being here. And so now your brother will be here. Your dad will be in the. It'll be a Sutton reunion every home game. That's got to be really, really fun for you because I know your family and how you're tied.
It's been a lot of fun. The first 10 days, Sean's been at every practice, and he's been a huge help to me personally. Again, maybe the only negative of having a staff together for so long is you don't get a whole lot of new ideas because we've been doing things basically the same way for a long time. And Sean has brought in a lot of new ideas, and I think it's certainly helped us as coaches, and it will certainly help us as a team. But yeah, it's been fun having him every day. My dad's been to several practices, and certainly his ideas and opinions don't hurt as well.
I started to say he might not be giving you a couple from the stands, huh?
Well, he's done that in the past. He's been hesitant to not overstep his boundaries, but I asked for it, and he's watched more practice this year because of Sean being around and any years in the past, and that him and my mom have moved to Tulsa, so he can get here a lot easier. So yeah, it's been great. It's been very helpful as well.
Okay, two things before we go. And one is some injury problems. Michael Crayon coming back. How is he? And I know you guys had a couple other guys dinged up early.
Yeah, Mike had surgery back in August, and the last 2 or 3 days he's practiced. I wouldn't say he's 100%, but he looks good out there, and I think he'll certainly be ready to go when we play Missouri State on the 12th. And Damon Bellholter and Kyron Stokes have had some ankle injuries, and again, every team's going through this right now. Every team does, and we just hope that they can get back soon. I think they will, and we'll stay away from the major injuries that we suffered last year.
Sure. Last thing is you mentioned Tulsa and Jerome Jordan, and that's going to be a unique game this year, 11 o'clock, a national TV game. You're getting the guys up and getting them to play at that time. But just talk about that game and how neat it is to have the crosstown rival become that featured game.
I think it's great. I think it's great. I've always said this. I said it last year that I wish some way you could showcase that game maybe in mid-December or January, or even like last year, I guess was mid-January. Because I think both teams will be playing close to their best. But to be on ESPN2 to showcase the great games that we've had throughout the years, which I'm sure they will mean a lot to both programs. It will be a little bit unusual 11 o'clock game. Not sure how the Reynolds Center will be that day. Hopefully they won't let them out of classes, and they'll have a huge student fan base. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll have to get them up a couple days earlier, get them used to playing at 11 o'clock, though.